that he sold his masters for $100 million. He not only sold his masters in the deal, but he also sold Young Money's catalog as well, which includes all of Nicki Minaj's music, Drake's music, and Tyga's music. Now, according to Music Business Worldwide, the news of Wayne selling Young Money's catalog came out during his lawsuit with his former manager. His former manager is seeking at least $20 million in the lawsuit, and his legal team believes that Wayne acquired $100 million from selling his masters and selling the catalogs from his label Young Money. All of the albums Drake released prior to 2018 was released under Young Money. So we could assume that the rights to his first 4 albums were sold in that deal. The rights to Tyga's first 3 albums were sold in that deal as well, but both Drake and Tyga were able to establish their own labels, so now they're able to release music on their own imprint. Unfortunately for Nicki Minaj, everything that she recorded was under Young Money, so her whole catalog was sold. And the saddest thing about all of this is Nicki and Drake's catalogs individually are worth at least 3 times more than what Lil Wayne sold it for. Lil Wayne's catalog is worth more than what he sold it for, but the fool sold it to Universal Records for only $100 million. And I'm pretty sure Nicki and Drake are furious because now they're unable to own their masters from Young Money. They would have to work out some deal with Universal Records, but it will be tricky for them because a lot of these big labels are very stingy, especially with valuable catalogs, which is why it's really important for artists to own their masters. Owning masters is very lucrative for the artists because they're able to actually own the recording of their music. They can license it under their control and make a lot of money off of it, depending on how valuable their masters are. Now, there are some artists who do make money off of their music through songwriting. If they have publishing rights, they're able to make money off of their lyrics and their melodies. But if they own their masters, they're able to also make money off of the recording and the production of their music. So owning masters is very lucrative because an artist can have full control over their music and they could really maximize the amount of money they make off of their music. This is why a lot of artists are seeking to own their masters. Now, a good majority of the artists that we see in the industry don't own their masters. Taylor Swift and Kanye West are examples of some of the bigger artists who don't own their masters, and they both have been very vocal about it because their catalogs are worth some serious money. Also, Wayne, Nicki, and Drake's catalogs are worth some serious money as well. But Wayne, being the terrible businessman that he is, undersold their catalogs. So it's really disappointing, but I do hope that Drake and Nicki Minaj and Tyga are able to work something out. It really sucks that all of their hard work was mishandled in this way. Now, I do want to move on and talk about the rapper Sukihana. Sukihana clapped back at Cupcake's diss track against her. Now, if you haven't been keeping up with what's been going on, a rapper named Cupcake dropped a How to Rob remix, and she called out several rappers in the industry, including several female rappers like Megan Thee Stallion, Cardi B, The City Girls, Mulatto, and Sukihana. This is what Cupcake said about Suki. She said, "Who the F is this B named Suki popping up when promoters can't book me? Since you love to be on OnlyFans, I'm the only fan at your show. What's goody?" Suki responded to Cupcake and dropped a diss track of her own called Rob Who. And when I tell you Suki violated Cupcake, that would be an understatement. Like, she roasted her for over 4 minutes straight. To me, this wasn't even a diss record. This was just a roast. And you know what? I was not mad at Suki's response. I'm actually glad that she was the first one to come out and respond to Cupcake, because Cupcake was talking at the side of her neck and somebody had to let her know, you gonna get this work. You can't be talking crazy and not expect a response. So I'm glad that Suki responded to her. However, Suki is not on Cupcake's level lyrically. She could roast, but she can't go bar for bar with Cupcake. And Cupcake proved that when she dropped her response record to Suki called The Gag Is. Cupcake destroyed her lyrically. Dare I say, she may have won this round. She's a different type of monster in the booth. Like, she could go below the belt to the point where it makes you kind of shiver a little bit because she's so aggressive with her delivery, and it's a little scary sometimes. I don't know. She really does seem like she's crazy in real life. You gotta hide your knives and your pistols around Cupcake because she got a little tick there. She crazy. She crazy. And I wasn't mad at Cupcake's response either, but I do think her talking about Suki's kids was below the belt. Me, I'm totally off limits when it comes to children. So that to me was like, no. You can't be talking about somebody's kids. But Cupcake didn't care. She said, you spoke on my mother, so I spoke on your kids. Family is family, F them bastards. Whew, Cupcake is cold. She is cold. I have no words. I mean, honestly, I'm here for a good rap battle, but I forgot how dark some of these rap beefs can get. I mean, it can get real dark real quick, and I'm a little concerned now because now you talk about somebody's kids, you gotta fight at this point. I think Suki might need some backup. She might have to join forces with some other rappers to take on Cupcake because Cupcake ain't nothing to play with at all. But anyway, let me move on and talk about something else. On to the last topic. I do want to talk about the Nigerian artist Yemi Alade coming to Beyonce's defense after Beyonce received backlash over her project Black is King. Now, over the summer, Beyonce dropped this amazing visual project called Black is King, which was a visual for her Afrobeat album, The Gift. Beyonce expressed that this album was her love letter to Africa because she loves the culture and she always wanted to do an Afrobeat album. Back in 2013, she did an Afrobeat song called Grown Woman, and this is actually one of my favorite Beyonce songs. I'm a grown woman. I could do whatever I want. That's the jam right there. But Beyonce ended up doing a full Afrobeat project, and she actually gave a spotlight to a lot of amazing African artists, including Yemi Alade. But Beyonce did receive some backlash over it because some people thought that she was appropriating the African culture. And I thought that was really, really weird because Beyonce is a Black woman with African roots. And unfortunately for her and other African Americans and other Afro-Latinx and Afro-Caribbeans, they were stripped from their African roots because of slavery. So they had to create their own culture, but there's still a longing for them to know their African roots. And Beyonce wanted to explore that and connect with the African culture. And Africa is a massive continent. There's so many different countries and different cultures within Africa. So it's difficult for descendants of slaves to pinpoint where they come from, what tribe they come from, what their culture is. But Beyonce has been very invested in finding out about her roots, and also she wanted to show appreciation to Africa as a whole. That's why she created her album, The Gift. But she still received backlash for it, and she was accused of being a cultural appropriator. There were a lot of people who were skeptical of her motives because they felt like she was capitalizing off of the culture, but she didn't really care about it. And some people criticized her for not touring in Africa. Now, from my knowledge, Beyonce hasn't toured in Africa, but she definitely has performed in different African countries. She's performed in Nigeria.
I was so excited to see such a beautiful country. And I know my ancestors are from here, and it makes me feel home.
Beyonce has also performed in Ethiopia. She even headlined the Global Citizen Show in South Africa. So Beyonce has definitely performed in different places in Africa, but because she hasn't toured in Africa, some people felt like her love for Africa wasn't genuine. And it sounds ridiculous, but there are some Africans who are very skeptical when people from other continents and other countries come in and immerse themselves in the culture, because in history and even still today, Africans have been blindsided, bamboozled, stripped, and robbed by other outsiders. They've been exploited by outsiders. They've been looked down on by outsiders. But Beyonce is not one of those people. She's an entertainer. She's a black woman. She has African roots. But people were acting like she was a colonizer, and she's not. So I thought the criticism that Beyonce got was kind of weird, but there were a lot of Africans who loved and appreciated her Black is King project. And Yemi, who was a part of the project, came to Beyonce's defense during her interview on the Drive Time show on the Beat 99.9.
Look at, just imagine Beyonce right now in your mind. Does she look like she has black ancestry? Does she look like she's from the black lineage? Yes. Obviously. So who should she give praises to? Like, it has to be, what culture is she vulturing off? If we ourselves keep saying that, oh, black Americans need to remember their roots, blah, 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 why is it that when someone in that category does remember their roots, you want to uproot them? And then the second one about touring Africa. Touring within Nigeria, which I've done one time, like 7 years ago, it's literally life-threatening. From the roads to everything not being in place. Even just if you ask the big corporations that actually do like concert tours, you will see the difficulties and challenges that they face just moving equipment. There's no standard. If you're working with someone like Beyonce, you need to bring the standard all the way.
So that's what Yemi said about Beyonce, and she didn't tell any lies. I think Beyonce works with a lot of heavy duty equipment. She does stadium tours, so it is harder for her to tour in certain countries in Africa because not all the roads are developed and not all the roads are conducive for transporting the equipment. So that might be one of the main reasons why Beyonce has never toured in Africa as a whole, but she has performed in different places in Africa, and I think she will continue to do that in the future. Anyway, tell me what you all think about this video down below. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and share this video if you